How to survive in Korea. Workplace. Step 1. Lunchtime. The most important morning routine is to check today's menu. Food is essential for survival. Memorize today's menu. The highlight of office life. Lunchtime. Rice in the bottom left, soup in the bottom right. The top is for the sides. The sauce and the spoon go here. This is the basic layout, but it's a bit odd to switch rice and soup. When you're done, pour the leftovers into the soup bowl. It doesn't look that appetizing, so wait until others are done eating. Step 2. Neng, nep, nenep. These are the most used expressions at work. Choose the most appropriate form. Neng, nep, nenep. Remember that the formal ne can sound a bit stiff. Did you just say yes? Absolutely not acceptable. You want to find the right word for the right occasion. Step 3. Desteria. Desteria is the oasis in the desert. Show them your character. If you're not the diligent type, get a stooky plant. Work is tough. Laugh and the whole world laughs with you. Weep and you weep alone. Stay put like the stooky that survives in the desert. Hang in there until the end. Of course, you can always quit. You matter more than anything else. Step 4. Survival kit. Every worker needs a survival kit. Survival kit level 1. This position gets the most exposure. Grab one when you need a sugar boost. Always keep a few treats you can offer your co-workers. Survival kit level 2. These are for hunger pangs before and after a meal. You'll need them when you take a coffee break with your office buddies. Survival kit level 3. Trash talking your boss with your soulmate. Did you survive in the workplace? Office romance? Be careful. Even the photocopier knows all the gossip.
The Korean wave is drawing more fans from all over the world. Local consumer prices continue to hover at the 2% rate in April.
Turning to robots to allow the visually impaired the chance to better indulge in cultural experiences. Like the number of hybrid cars are registered in South Korea has surpassed 2 million with this locally developed Yuri rocket.
Arirang.
여러분 반갑습니다. I'm Kwon So-hwa and this is K-Culture Dive. Join us in taking a deep dive into the heart of Korean culture, from K-entertainment to AI news, K-culture in photos, and in our K-culture issue segment, we check out how things are going on BTS's world tour. So with that, let's dive in. And joining us on today's show is my co-host Walter Lee. Walter, happy Monday.
Happy Monday, Sarah, and hello to everyone joining us on K-Culture Dive. I'm Walter Lee. Today, well, as always, I'm here to co-host and bring you the latest K-entertainment stories.
All right, let's start our first K-Enter story at the Cannes Film Festival, which is underway. And I hear there's some great news regarding director Park Chan-wook, who's also currently the president of the jury there, right?
Right, he's actually probably one of the biggest names at the Cannes Film Festival at the moment. But French Culture Minister Catherine Picard awarded director Park Chan-wook the prestigious Commendeur Medal in Cannes on Sunday local time. Now, the Order of Arts and Letters honours individuals who have made exceptional contributions to the fields of art and literature or helped elevate the global standing of French culture. The distinction is divided into 3 levels, with the Commendeur representing the highest rank. So Park became actually the 4th Korean recipient of this honour, following former Korea Culture and Arts Foundation President Kim Jong-uk in 2002, conductor Myung-Hoon Jung in 2011, and also Sumi Cho last year. Following the ceremony, Park shared that the French cinema and philosophy of profoundly shaped his artistic vision, saying he felt as though every influence he had received from France had come together within him at that moment.
Right, and we're going to stay with the Cannes Film Festival. Now, we did talk about director Na Hong-jin's Hope, which is being screened there. But apart from the competitive section, there are other Korean movies that have been introduced, and you're going to mention one of those, actually the first one which was screened there.
Yep, yes, exactly. So director Yeon Sang-ho's new zombie film, Gunche, which made its world premiere in the midnight screening section on Saturday local time, drew an explosive response from audiences following its debut screening. Now, the 2,300-seat theatre actually erupted with applause and cheers even before the film even started. And it concluded with a standing ovation lasting around 5 minutes, with some reports saying it up to 7 minutes. Now, Gunche is Yeon Sang-ho's 3rd zombie feature following, you've probably heard of it, Train to Busan or Busan-haeng, and Peninsula or Pando. Now, the story centers on survivors attempting to escape a mass infection outbreak inside a downtown shopping mall, while introducing the concept of zombies that evolve through shared intelligence alongside dangerous human villains. Now, Gunche is scheduled to hit theaters in Korea on May 21st.
Can't wait for that, because Busan-haeng was one of my favorite zombie movies.
Me too.
But Walter, let's end with some K-pop news.
Indeed. So Cat's Eye further solidified their growing global presence after taking home 2 trophies at the American Digital Awards show, the Webby Awards. Now, on Saturday, the group's agency announced that Cat's Eye earned an official Webby Award for the widely discussed Better in Denim advertising campaign. Now, they also secured the People's Voice Award in the Fashion, Beauty and Lifestyle Branded Entertainment Video and Film category. Now, this was established in 1996 by the International Academy of Digital Arts and Sciences. The Webby Awards honors outstanding achievements across the digital industry. Cat's Eye also ranked number 2 in Google's Year in Search 2025 US Trending Musicians category, and were named TikTok's Global Artist of the Year 2025. Cat's Eye will continue their global momentum with the release of their 3rd mini album, Wild, which is scheduled for August 14th.
All right, thanks so much for those updates, Walter, and stick around.
Will do.
And now let's go over to our AI anchor Arirang for more on the culture front. Arirang.
Thanks, Sua. Here's your AI guide to the latest cultural headlines from Korea. Let's begin with our top story. The Culture Ministry will host K-book markets in Southeast Asia this week to promote Korean books overseas. The Visiting Korean Book Fair will take place in Hanoi on Monday and Tuesday, and in Bangkok on Thursday and Friday. Amid rapidly growing demand for Korean books in Vietnam and Thailand, the events aim to boost exports and expand the use of Korean publishing IP in the region. Some 20 Korean publishers, including BTS N and Ungjin Dingbik, will take part, alongside 50 Vietnamese and 40 Thai publishers. Launched in 2015 to help expand overseas markets for Korean books, the Visiting Book Fair program generated over $17 million in export consultations last year across the US, Europe, and the Middle East. Seoul's Dongno district was illuminated by a dazzling wave of light created by thousands of lanterns over the weekend ahead of Buddha's birthday on May 24th. About 50,000 people, including Buddhist groups and citizens, joined the annual Lotus Lantern Festival parade carrying colorful lanterns of various shapes and designs. Foreign residents from Buddhist nations also took part, dressed in traditional clothing, while robot monks also drew strong public attention. Venerable Jinnu, head of the Jogye Order of Korean Buddhism, urged people to light a lantern within to bring peace to the mind, and raise a lantern of harmony to drive out the darkness of the world. More than 100,000 people gathered in Sejong City last Saturday evening for the city's annual Nakwa Festival, celebrating a centuries-old traditional fire ritual. Visitors enjoy 2 hours of glowing sparks cascading from burning nakwabong, or bundled charcoal sticks, installed at 8 locations around the festival venue. The event is a traditional Buddhist ritual in which falling embers from ignited nakwabong are believed to cleanse the mind and bring blessings. Sejong hosts the festival each year to preserve the Sejong Buddhist Nakwa ritual, a designated local intangible cultural heritage. That's all from me. Turning now to a quick look at more K-culture stories making headlines today.
Through a single photo at a time, we take a closer look at culture in Korea. This is K-Culture in Photos. Let's start with this word, 축의금. It means congratulatory money given at Korean weddings. Instead of bringing physical gifts, guests usually place cash inside a white envelope and handed it at a reception desk before entering the ceremony hall. At many weddings, family members or friends sit at the desk collecting envelopes while guests sign a visitor book. People also often stop by the bride's waiting room to greet the couple and take photos before the ceremony begins. The amount people give often depends on how close they are to the couple. And people these days say wedding cash expectations have risen along with inflation. Still, for many Korean people, 축의금 is more about showing support and congratulations than the money itself. And now, even this tradition is going digital. Some Korean wedding halls recently introduced wedding cash kiosk. Online reactions have been mixed, with some calling the machines convenient, while others say they feel a little impersonal. As rice planting season approaches in Korea, university students are heading to the countryside to help farmers prepare for one of the busiest times of the year. Wearing matching shirts, hats, and towels around their necks, the students work together, carrying heavy rice seedling trays for farmers. The teamwork and energy in these scenes reflect something many Koreans call 농활, short for rural volunteer activities. Since the 1970s and 80s, university students have traveled to farming villages during breaks to help with planting, harvesting, and other agricultural work. Today, these activities continue in many different farms. Students help grow rice, corn, sweet potatoes, and other crops, while also spending time with local communities. For many young Koreans, it's both a meaningful volunteering experience and a chance to reconnect with rural life. These photos show motion capture technology being demonstrated at KOBA, Korea's largest broadcasting and media exhibition held recently in Seoul. In one scene, performance movements are instantly matched with a digital tiger character on screen, showing how real-life acting can be transformed into animation in real time. Motion capture technology is now widely used across Korea's gaming, film, and content industry. Actors perform action scenes like taekwondo or combat movements, while dozens of special cameras track even the smallest body motions and facial expressions. Some systems can capture people flying through the air using wire action setups, helping create more realistic fantasy scenes and cinematic effects. As Korean content continues gaining global popularity, advanced production technologies like motion capture are also drawing more international attention. At first glance, these scenes look like loud outdoor dance parties. People are dancing under bridges, along the Hangang River, or by the beach at night, wearing glowing wireless headsets and moving freely to the music. But surprisingly, there's almost no noise at all. These are silent DJ parties where music is streamed directly through headphones instead of loudspeakers. The parties often begin before sunset and continue late into the night, creating a unique atmosphere without disturbing nearby residents. The trend has been growing across Korea because it allows large crowds to enjoy music and dancing in public spaces while avoiding noise complaints. And it's not just for young adults. Some silent festivals in Korea now attract families with children, turning the events into community gatherings where different generations can enjoy music together. With the Hangang River glowing at night and colorful lights filling the air, these silent parties are becoming one of Korea's newest nightlife trends. Together, these photos captured some of the trends, technology, and modern lifestyle shaping culture in Korea today.
BTS's North American tour is continuing with tremendous momentum. Following their explosive concerts in Mexico, performances are now underway in the U.S. at Stanford, with even greater anticipation building for their upcoming Las Vegas shows. Now today, we're joined by David Kim, content creator and adjunct professor at Kyungil University, to discuss the atmosphere surrounding BTS's North American tour and the reactions from global fans. Welcome back, David.
Hello, David.
Hello, glad to be back.
All right, David, let's first talk about the recent big event in Mexico. Apart from the concerts, there were some 50,000 or so fans gathered at the presidential palace, at the plaza in front of the palace. And BTS was accompanied by the president herself, Claudia Sheinbaum. So please tell us about the atmosphere and, how this North American tour is unfolding.
Yes, I remember when I first saw the scene myself in front of the presidential palace, I thought it was AI. I couldn't believe the scene. I was rubbing my eyes. And when I actually learned that 50,000 people gathered with a short notice, they were only given notice for 5 hours, I couldn't believe what I was seeing. But it's truly an honorable and a very culturally significant event, I would say. Also, I think BTS has already positioned themselves as a very historic global cultural phenomenon. But not only that, I think they've transcended into more of a diplomatic and also national level guest and celebration themselves too. We can just see this as the treatment President Claudia Sheinbaum has personally welcomed BTS herself. She welcomed the 7 members into the palace, and then she walked them through the whole palace and showed them the balcony, and then they were out there in front of their fans, and 50,000 people were just waving for them and chanting for them. So the level of treatment and the level of respect that they got was definitely like a state level event, I would say. And I would say not only in like the honorable sector, but in the commercial sector as well too. If you just see the numbers, over 2.1 million fans queued online via Ticketmaster, while the capacity was only 150,000. So I feel sorry for a lot of those fans, but yeah, the numbers itself just prove that their popularity is crazy in Mexico at the moment. On top of that, after all of these events happening, we actually got some diplomatic results as well too, as President Lee Jae-myung also called with President Claudia Sheinbaum and promised that he would actually visit Mexico City in the near future, which is in 10 years in counting. So it's a very big, I would say, connection between the two countries, and BTS is doing this all single-handedly. Yeah.
Wow. Speak of a BTS effect here.
Exactly. And speaking of a BTS BTS effect. Thank you for the segue there. So reports are suggesting that the Mexico concerts are driving the economic and cultural boom. Now, I reported a little bit on this last week on K-Enter, but why do you think Mexican fans responded so passionately, as you saw on the videos there, to BTS?
Yeah, so as you mentioned, the economic effect, I think to provide a little bit of stats there, more than 107.5 million US dollars were generated, and 30 million almost poured directly into the local hospitality, tourism, aviation, and retail sectors. So I'm sure the Mexican locals are very, very happy about that financially. But not only that, you can just feel the craze because, like as I mentioned before, not a lot of people were able to get those tickets, only 150,000. So actually 35,000 to 40,000 fans stayed every single day in front of the stadium outside the gates just to hear the sound and the live singing together. On top of that, I would say you asked why the Mexican fans are over the top and like super passionate about this. I would say that the Mexicans themselves are already a very joyful and very passionate culture as well. But on top of that, I would say like BTS lyrics have some parts that hit hard to the Latin American culture, including messages of overcoming systematic adversity or just mental health and self-love. So it just relates a lot to the Mexican audience, I would say. Yeah.
Very interesting. Now let's move over to Stanford, where the concerts are underway, probably as we speak. So how are fans responding over there? And do you feel any difference in the atmosphere compared to Mexico, for instance?
Yes, so everywhere all around the world, ARMY is always super passionate. So yeah, as you said, it's going on right now. I've seen some videos right before I came in, and the crowd looks crazy. But one thing to note is that the merch madness and the lining up is actually crazy. So apparently over 1,000 fans camped at the campus days before lines officially opened, and individual fans spent up to 700 USD on merch alone. So that's the equivalent price of a VIP ticket. So you can just say that all the fans that went there spent the equivalent of a VIP ticket. That's crazy. There was record-breaking attendance as well too. They pulled a combined 150,000 attendees over 3 sold-out nights on Stanford Stadium, and that officially outdrew the Taylor Swift record as well too in that area. Also, you can see a lot of regional welcome as well. You can go to the airport and see like a BTS dedicated zone in purple. So you can just see like all these local governments and the districts and these regions are welcoming BTS with open arms. Yeah.
Yes, and it's not just the tour itself where they're welcoming with open arms. Obviously, the big factor is the album that is named, after the tour, or the tour is named after the album. It's just maintaining this impressive long-term success on major international charts. We often report on it as well. In your words, how significant is this album's global popularity?
I think the numbers just prove the popularity itself. I think it's a good time to do a midterm check because the album has been released out for a while and the world tour is going on. So right now, currently on Billboard Top 200 for the albums chart, Arirang has been maintaining a gravity-defying grip of the top ranks for 7 consecutive weeks. They're still currently sitting firmly at number 7. After charting number 1 for consecutive weeks as well. On Spotify Global, they skyrocketed back to number 1 on the weekly top albums global chart. We have the title track Swim holding strong at number 30 at the Billboard Hot 100. So you can see all these numbers, they're very strong even after their comeback, and the significance is that they're competing in a highly competitive Western-driven market with a lot of big names that a lot of the Western public loves, and BTS traditionally doesn't really, they are from Korea, so it's just an amazing accomplishment that they're competing neck on neck with these global superstars as well too.
That is impressive. And you know what I also found impressive is that Jungkook, one of the members of BTS, has been featured in an American elementary textbook. So how cool is that? So it kind of feels like K-pop and even BTS is kind of embedded in US culture. Is that true? What would you say?
Yeah, so when I saw the textbook and the caricature and the characters, it was very cute, and I was very proud myself to the fact that he was in a textbook. And you see the other figures that are also in the textbook, which go on with the list, like Taylor Swift, Ronaldo, Messi, Selena Gomez, top stars all over the world. So it definitely shows you that Asian representation is now growing, thanks to BTS especially. In the past decades, a lot of my Asian American friends would say that they felt left out or they felt like being Asian was less cool, but thanks to BTS now, they show a lot of representation in the media, now even in the textbooks. So the atmosphere has definitely changed, and I got a lot of questions on why it's specifically Jungkook. And
that's actually what I was going to ask you.
Yeah, so definitely he's the golden maknae. He's very talented. He had a relatively very successful solo career, and yeah, I think he's just the perfect fit for the textbook. Yeah.
Congrats to Jungkook.
Yes, indeed. So, kind of going back to the tour a little bit, I mean, this tour is spanning many continents itself, across many cities as well. But, you know, we can't go to every city or even some small cities. What factors typically determine a BTS concert location?
Yeah, I would say that it's very meticulously calculated, because I do see a lot of complaints from a lot of fans around the world. Why don't you come to my city, my city? But unfortunately, it's very, very calculated through big data. So you can track precisely geolocated data from systems like Spotify, Apple Music, on where the streaming density is. You can also go on platforms like Weverse, their own internal one, and see where the global users are all very highly densely populated. So they use that as a first indicator, and then they go on to, like, obviously the venue infrastructure. So BTS, being BTS, they fill stadiums. So obviously you would need high-grade stadium capacity, over 50,000 people, and also they are utilizing the 360 production set right now. So without those kind of infrastructures, it would be hard to actually pull off a high-quality stage. So those are the two factors, and I think personally the most important top priority would be their safety. So with a lot of geopolitical issues going on right now, there are a lot of dangers as well for the BTS members too. So certain regions might be restricted, certain regions might be debatable right now, but yeah, hopefully they could reach as much fans as possible. Yeah.
Right, and the next fans they are going to reach is going to be fans in Las Vegas as well. And I heard that there are some BTS-themed projects going on there as well. So tell us a bit about this immersive experience.
Yeah, so we had our own version in Seoul as well too. It's called Arirang the City, and it's extending to Las Vegas. It's very exciting. You can see it's a massive, city takeover campaign in joint with HYBE in Las Vegas City. They are just transforming the city into the entire color of the comeback album Arirang into red. So you'll see the whole strip, the sphere, all of these monuments like the Eiffel Tower or the pyramids. If you've been to Las Vegas, you know what I'm talking about. So all of these will be lit up in red, and they will have BTS specific logos or their pictures and the digital boards. There will be specific times from 11 p.m. to midnight where you can spot all these simultaneously. So it's a playground and a theme park for ARMY. There'll be after parties at clubs until 4 a.m.
Wow.
Actually, a Korean brand, Tule is actually going to present a BTS-specific catered set in food and meals as well too. So that's going to be very exciting to experience. So yeah, Las Vegas is transforming all red in BTS.
So how is the local anticipation over there, and is there anything that you are especially looking forward to?
Well, I think the local anticipation in the governmental level and the locals themselves too are very, very excited, especially for the economic impact. Personally, I think I'm thrilled to see a global entertainment city known as Las Vegas being being taken over by BTS, a single, K-pop group in their own theme. So it has a lot of significance itself. Two, it's also a continuation of their past world tour where the city also turned purple. So it's 2 times over again. That's very meaningful. On top of that, I think a lot of global cities around the world, not only Las Vegas, will take reference to this. So this could be like a landmark and shapeshift into like the tourism sector. So a lot of people might just benchmark this in the future. I personally have nostalgia with Las Vegas. I saw BTS live at the Billboard Music Awards there.
Wow.
And yeah, it brings me back, but time flies, and to think that the whole city now is taken over by BTS is just wild. Yeah.
Wow, wild indeed. Now, thank you very much, David, for your insights on BTS as always, and we're looking forward to next time.
Okay, thank you,
David.
And thank you, Walter, as always. We're going to have you back here tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Thanks for watching and your interest in everything K-culture. Please tune in again tomorrow, 2 p.m. Korea time. Keep diving.